Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Fancy Football. This is the transfer talk, and Real Madrid have unveiled Kylian Mbappe. They did just about 3 hours ago, unveiling the French superstar, the next big thing for Real Madrid. And I think for me, it will be unstoppable. So I don't know what you think, but what I think is that Real Madrid will be unstoppable with the signing of Kylian Mbappe. They'll be much more stronger. They'll be much more cohesive, and they'll have a lot of threat up front. Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo, and so many players that can really cause you problem out there for Real Madrid. I think it's a good one. Manchester United have Inquire on the availability of Tah. I think Jonathan Tah was actually Bayern Munich bound, but I think there's a lot of disagreement between Bayern and Bayern Munich on the fee that should be paid on the player. The player wants to go to Bayern Munich, and his heart is set for Bayern Munich, but United think that they can take advantage of the rancor between the two German clubs and sign the player. Also, Dani Olmo is the hottest property in town or in world football now. The hottest property in world football now. So all this whole topic for today, we'll discuss them on Fancy Football, on the transfer talk. There's no other place to be by this time than Fancy Football. So if you're watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe, like, share our videos on Fancy Football to help us improve, to help us get much more quality content on Fancy Football. Okay, let's go. Like I said in my introduction, I said Real Madrid will be much more stronger now with the signing of Kylian Mbappe. They've unveiled him. The whole contract of Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid started in February, where the player told Paris Saint-Germain that he will be leaving them this summer on a free transfer, and that stirred up a huge rancor at the hierarchy of Paris Saint-Germain, with Sheikh Khalifa not really happy with the player. They presented a deal for the player, and the player refused to sign. I think at that time we knew that Kylian Mbappe was Real Madrid bound. Even 2 years ago, we also knew because we also knew that Kylian Mbappe would not sign a new contract after that drag in between Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain knows that Real Madrid are far bigger than them in terms of everything, pedigree, everything that they can talk about. Let's put aside the money PSG has, but in terms of being famous, in terms of achievement, the gulf between these two clubs is really wide. So I don't know why they keep on dragging with Real Madrid on some certain things, especially when it comes to Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe was never there as at the moment. I think he came in from Monaco. They signed him, and he wasn't the player that grew up in the academy, in the Paris Saint-Germain academy. It was a player they signed from somewhere on loan for about £100 and something million at that time. So, but this is what it is. Let's look at Kylian Mbappe. Let's look at him as a player and what will he bring to the Real Madrid. I think they need a striker, but is Kylian Mbappe that answer? He likes playing from the left. So as Vinicius Junior also from the left. So how will Carlo Ancelotti manage that in terms of where will these players play for him next season? How will he set up his team next season? So Mbappe will like playing from the left. So, but the way I think they're gonna play a three up front with Kylian Mbappe, with Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo, either of Rodrigo, depending on how they set up. Then Jude Bellingham drops in. So either one of Jude Bellingham or Fernando Valverde will drop out of that team. But I think Fernando Valverde should start because he does a lot of what people don't really see in that team. Jude Bellingham can also play as well. So it depends on how the form. I think there's a big dilemma for Carlo Ancelotti on how he will set up the team. So somebody has to leave that team. Somebody has to leave. So it depends on how the setup is. And you have youngsters like Hendrik and Regular coming into the team. So, but I trust the judgment of Carlo Ancelotti. I trust his judgment. He's gonna pick his team, no matter what happens at the end of the day. He's gonna ensure that that team go out and take all the victory at the end of the day. So that is what I think about the Real Madrid issue now currently. But it's a good one for Kylian Mbappe. He has made a lot of statements following his icon Cristiano Ronaldo when he was unveiled in 2009 as well. Talked about his mother, talked about what he will bring to Real Madrid. So it's left for us to see how he unleashed himself on that club, how he unleashed himself on the pitch, how the Spanish La Liga how he graced the Spanish La Liga, sorry, and the way in which the team is set up. Are they set up to win? Definitely, Carlo Ancelotti set up his team to win. Are they set up to play in the Kylian Mbappe way? I don't think so. Carlo Ancelotti have his own way of playing and of playing football, so he will do that based on his on his terms and conditions. So that is it. Quickly, let's go to Germany, where Manchester United inquire about Jonathan Tah, not Tah, Jonathan Tah, sorry. So Jonathan Tah, I think it's a player that United wants. So, but let's see if they can get him. But it's a player that United wants. So if they could really do business, can they really do business with Bayern Leverkusen? Since Bayern can't also Bayern can't do a bit, but the player is set. The player is set to go to Bayern Munich. His heart is set there, but I don't know the transfer differences these two clubs have for Tah. I think a lot of differences in terms of transfer, in terms of what Bayern Munich want at the end of the day, and what Bayern Leverkusen want in terms of transfer fee at the end of the day. So it rests on the shoulders of these two teams, and let's see how they could really come. Because I always say transfer is all about meeting at a certain point. Transfer fees is all about meeting at a certain point. If the selling club want to sell, they can sell. If the buying club wants to really also want to spend money, they can also spend money. It's about meeting at a certain point at a certain time. So let's see what will happen between these two clubs. Let's see what Bayern can really offer at the end of the day. So it depends on the buying and on the selling club as well. Okay, guys, I don't know what you think about Jonathan Tah. United talking about going to this deal, but I just think that there's a smoke on the stream that this deal will happen in Germany between the two clubs. The player has set his mind up. I don't think United are really interested because they're already interested in the Bayern Munich player, delete. So I don't think they will be really too interested in coming into this deal to see if they could sign Jonathan Tah. But if they get Tah at the end of the day, if they can get Tah in place of Delete, but that's it. But we also had here, there are rumors out there that Delete's deal from Bayern Munich to United is almost done and dusted, whether we like it or not. That deal is done and dusted. It's just for the two parties, that's United and Bayern Munich, to set up a date for every other thing. The player is on holidays. The player has set his heart and his mind on Manchester United. He wants to not really rejuvenate his career. He wants to still prove that he still got it at age 24. We expect that deal to be announced in a few days to come. Not this Tah deal. It's not this Tah deal. So the whole news about Tah is out there that United have made inquiry on him. That whole story, I don't really believe it. I don't think it's gonna happen. So let's see what will happen between Man United and Bayern on the lead first of all, and subsequently we'll know. We'll find out if these deals are what looking at taking into consideration from United. But I don't think United are going to consider this. It's just a smoke screen. So let's move on. Dani Olmo, the hottest property in world football right now, and this guy just showed us in the Euros, the European Championship, that he got what it takes to play for a big team. He's a good midfielder. I don't know why he left Spain for RB Leipzig. He has a clause of close to 60 million euros in his contract, a buyer clause of 60 million euros. We heard that Bayern has made inquiry on him. We heard that Man City are interested. I think for that Man City also, I don't think they're interested. If Man City are interested, talks should have started by now on Dani Olmo. Talks should have started by now. But he is the hottest property. And tell me what you think about Olmo. His performances in the Euros for Spain, his performances as well for RB Leipzig last season. I think he's bigger than that club, than RB Leipzig. He's bigger than that club now. As a player, I think he needs to elevate himself to somewhere else, to something else. And he needs that commanding fee, that club that could accommodate him as a player. He's a big player, no doubt about it, big talent. Also part of the Euro 2024 squad, championship squad, which has Spain dominating the midfield with him, Rodri, and some other guys in that midfield. But for Dani Olmo, I think his time at RB Leipzig is up. It's just up. There's nothing Leipzig can really do about that. They have to let the player go if he wants to go, and he has to go on the right fee, which they've said is 60 million euros on his transfer, the clause he has on his transfer. So let's see where Dani Olmo will play next season. But I just think he is the hottest property in world football, and that's why I'm asking this question: is Dani Olmo the hottest property in world football now as we speak? So just go to the comment section and send me a message. On to other transfers for today. As expected, Paris Saint-Germain enters the race for Desire Doua with a proposal to Rennes. So Paris has presented a proposal to Rennes on Desire Doua. I think we brought you this news. Bayern went with 35 million euros and it was rejected by Rennes. They are working on another deal again to see if they could present another proposal to Rennes, but PSG have entered the race and they've presented a proposal to the player and to the selling club, which is Rennes as well. So let's see how the deal goes between. If Rennes agrees, then PSG, the player has to agree. If not so, the player remains at Rennes. So let's see what will happen. Alvaro Morata to AC Milan. Here we go. AC Milan informing Atletico of plans of triggering the 13 million pound clause on Alvaro Morata. So Morata to AC Milan, this deal is done and dusted. Just for the player to come back from holidays, sign the contract, and become a Milan player, whether we like it or not. So I think his days at Atletico Madrid are over. He has been a journeyman for Real Madrid to Juventus, back to Juventus to Atletico Madrid. Now he wants to go to the Serie A to test. I think it's one exciting time for Alvaro Morata, a top striker that have seen it all in world football, and congratulations to him for leading Spain to win the Euros this time around. Liverpool and Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are interested in RB Leipzig French defender Mohamed Simakan. So Liverpool are interested in this player and they want to fight for the signature of this player. They want to rebuild their defense. They want to strengthen their defense with Virgil van Dijk still leading the line. So let's see how that goes. Newcastle are set to rival Everton in trying to sign 20 years old Italian winger Wilfred Jonetto from Leeds. Well, I expect people like Jonetto in the Euros, but we didn't see him in the Euros. What an exciting player he is. Play good and exciting football. So let's see how Newcastle and Everton go with this deal. But this guy will not cost less than 40 million euros. I don't think so, or 40 million pounds thereabout. I don't know what you think about that, but he will cost more than that. Then Fenerbahce agrees a deal to sign Alan Saint-Maximin on loan from Al Ahly. So you remember Alan Saint-Maximin was in Newcastle last season and he was sold to the Saudi Pro League club Al Ahly. Now he wants out. He wants to move from Al Ahly to Fenerbahce. And guess who is the current manager of Fenerbahce? No other than Jose Mourinho. So if that deal goes through, I think it's a good one. But the deal should go through because the player wants a deal. The player wants to go. The player wants to play in the Champions League as well. So let's see how that deal goes. So with not much ado on the transfer, I would just say that it's been a wonderful day on the transfer talk. We hope to bring you more transfer. Though we came in late, we were supposed to come in by 12, but some other things took away our schedule. But let's see where we'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have two shows: the transfer talk and the Fanzy podcast. So hopefully, I'll see you when I see you.